lucky enough to get a second chance. I laughed. You skipped an important part. What part? You forgot to mention you broke my heart. She grinned. I was hoping you'd forget. Never. She nudged my shoulder. I'll spend the rest of my life making up for it. 1 year later, we stood together in another church. There were no television cameras. No celebrity guests. No luxury decorations. The flowers came from neighbors' gardens. The music was played by local students. Instead of expensive wedding favors, we donated meals to families in need in every guest's name. When the pastor asked why we wanted to marry, Emily didn't read the vows she'd prepared. Instead, she looked at everyone in the room. I spent years believing the most valuable thing a person could build was a company. She turned toward me. I was wrong. She took my hands. The most valuable thing anyone can build is a life where people feel seen, loved, and never left behind. There wasn't a dry eye in the church. Later that evening, Charlie lay beside us as the sun disappeared beyond the trees. Emily rested her head on my shoulder. Do you ever think about what would have happened if you hadn't opened the door that night? I smiled. I do. And I think someone else would have needed help. She looked puzzled. I would have opened the door anyway. She laughed. Even after everything. Especially after everything. Because kindness isn't reserved for strangers. Forgiveness isn't given because someone deserves it. Sometimes it's offered because carrying bitterness is heavier than carrying hope. Emily squeezed my hand. I almost married the man who had everything. I kissed her forehead. No. She looked at me. You almost married the man who had everything except the one thing that matters. And what's that? A heart that chooses people before success. Years later, people still asked about the wedding she never finished. They expected a dramatic story about romance. Instead, we always told them the truth. The happiest marriage didn't begin when a bride ran away from the altar. It began the moment two imperfect people realized that real wealth isn't measured by titles, power, or bank accounts. It's measured by the lives you lift, the hands you hold when no one is watching, and the courage to choose kindness, even when the world tells you to choose everything else.